It was raining. This was the first day all summer it had rained hard enough to stop work. It was now July, and I had ridden my 10 speed, yes, my old one, though I had bought a new inner tube, over to Arnold's house. Arnold had made the hippie tea that was sweet without sugar, and I sipped it while we dragged out the notebooks. I had left all the paperwork at his house because it would have been too hard to explain to my parents. There were now 5 3-ring binders, and in fact, I knew almost nothing about it myself. It had all been kind of a blur. It's all just too groovy, Arnold said, putting his tea down. Free market industry and capitalism at their best. It's like watching a really good documentary about business. Far out, man. I don't know what's going on, I said. Not a clue, except that we're cutting a lot of grass, and I'm not getting much sleep. And this morning, my mother said she was forgetting what I even look like. It's lucky we got a rainy day. We were in Arnold's screened-in porch, and he had spread the notebooks out on a large round picnic table. It gives us a little time for you to catch up and see the beauty of what you are doing. The rain was hammering down, almost deafening, and I found myself liking it. I used to hate rain in the summer because it ruined vacation time. Now, I thought rain was beautiful. We'd better start with an overall view of the lawn cutting phase of your operation. Oh, yes, I thought. Let's start with that. Like I knew anything. Like I would have an operation with phases. Currently, you have 15 employees. I stared at him. That can't be right. He nodded, smiling. Surprising, isn't it? Technically, I guess Pasquale is more of a partner. And really, they are all partners in a way. They share the income from their work with you, the company head. 15? He nodded again. Now, the truth is, they earn their living because you found them work. And that brings up a second consideration of this phase of your operation. 15 people work for me? I wish he would quit talking about my operation and its phases. It was starting to sound like General Motors or something. Yes, and that should lead you to consider your responsibility as a business head. You owe your employees that consideration. Well, sure, if there's 15 people working for me, I should consider them, but I don't know what you mean specifically. Well, think of this. They're seasonal workers. When the cutting is done, they're no longer employed by you. A responsible employer should set aside some of his income, a percentage, to give them a bonus when the season ends to ease their transition into other forms of employment. I should? I mean, yes, I guess I should. Well, how does it work? Well, first, let's look at your personal gross income from lawn cutting, shall we? It's really the only figure that counts for this aspect of your operation. Of course. Aspect, I thought? First phrase? Now aspects of my operation? I'm 12 years old and I need aspects? They're $20 each to make it simple. 5 balls for $100. 50 for $1,000. 400, I could buy 400 Spalding basketballs? What do you mean? I suddenly remembered something Arnold had said. You said something about this being a small amount of money. Is that what you said? I don't know what you're used to having, but I can't think of $8,000 as a small amount of money. Everything, Arnold said, is relative. Taken in the whole scheme of things, $8,000, though significant, is not all that large. If Bill Gates, who owns Microscope, for instance, could hold all his wealth in his hands and he suddenly dropped it just on the ground, it would make over $40,000 in interest alone. I tried to picture that. Look, I understand that I don't have as much as Bill Gates. Still, I'm very satisfied with what I have. I honestly don't know what I would do with more money than that. Seriously? Absolutely. It's more money than I could even think of having. It wasn't that long ago I was wondering where to get enough money to buy an inner tube for my 10-speed. Now I could buy a whole new bike. I could buy a bunch of them. Well then, Arnold shrugged and sighed, we have a bit of a problem.